Hey everyone, so I will introduce myself and we will get started. I'm so excited for this Tuesday night event. Spending time with you guys really pumps me up after a full day of mumming and life. So basically during this event, what we want to talk about is our mission to go out there and help other people live a next level life. So many times we get stuck in a life out of habit, and it's not really fulfilling. So quite often we're in a job that we hate, we're in a financial position that we hate, we might even be in a relationship that we hate. Whatever it is, the Soul Project is basically there to try and empower you to lift up next level. So what we are is a health program online. Now this is involving all sorts of things like meditation guides, gratitude journals, self-love exercises, whole food recipes, and amazing whole food capsules and products. So what we want to do is connect mind, body, and spirit all together to try and make sure that as many people as possible really do start to feel better. Now, the beauty of that is because we're online, we actually have the version there to be able to help as many people as possible find work online, because the Soul Project is really about finding average, normal, passionate people to help other normal, average, passionate people get healthy. We don't want to be Instagram models trying to preach health. Okay, we want to be mums with 6 kids who are battling dinner on the table and doing normal life. We want to be, young 20s who are traveling and living that life and helping other people go next level too. We actually want to be on that same level. So we find that through the program, we also can have the business side where people take on board, cool, I want to earn more money. I'm jumping online. I'm going to help other people. And that's going to be my extra source of income, which might even one day become our full-time wage. So I'm going to shoot on over to my lovely friend, Ashley, and she's going to talk to us a little bit more in depth about the health side of the program and our products and our amazing, program. It's all yours, babe.
Cool. Hi, guys. So basically, as Kat said, we are inspiring next level living. There's a lot of us just surviving. We're not thriving. We're not living to our full potential that we really should be. There's a lot of us living with a lot of suffering, a lot of sickness, a lot of illness, cancer and obesity, and all those conditions are on the rise. We're getting sicker, not healthier. So this was a really beautiful way and a beautiful tool to be able to nourish that. Now, what I know is that there's not a lot of us eating back to basics, back to whole foods, which we know we need more of. We know we need more whole foods, but we're just not getting it because life's so busy. Life's so hectic. We have so many things going on. We have processed foods and fast food at our fingertips. So we're just not eating enough whole foods. So our program is based around getting more whole foods into your body, because we understand that that is going to create so much happiness, or it's going to manifest so much happiness. So we do feel that we've created a program, Mind, Body and Soul. This program is all online, like Kat said. So it does have, you've got recipes, you've got mindfulness guides, meditation guides, self-love and gratitude guides, so that you're filling your cup up. We also do have recipes and shreds and workouts and cleanses and all those things to make sure that you are becoming a better version of yourself, as well as a community behind it. So we have also come across a product to support the program. I wasn't one for products either. I was pretty skeptical as well, but I did find that these made sense because it was whole food. It wasn't anything that was synthetic. I believe in whole food, and this is literally what they look like here. I was skeptical too, but if you take a look on the back, it actually reads like whole food. It is TGA approved, so there's nothing else added into it other than real food, which is cool, because you might say, why don't you just eat the real thing? Well, if we did, we wouldn't have this much sickness on the rise. So this is a really cool way to be able to tick off those fruits and veggies that we may not be getting on a daily basis. So when I look on the back, it's got like raspberry, bilberry, blueberry, cranberry, pomegranate, maybe all those things that we're not getting on a daily basis. And what it does is vine ripen them. So it's vine ripened, it's picked at its peak ripeness, and it's juiced up, pulped, blended all together so that you're getting all of those phytonutrients. Now, together with the berries, the fruit, and the veg, you're getting about 30 varieties of whole fruits and vegetables inside that. That's the skin, the stem, the seeds, every little bit that holds nutrition is inside that, which is usually what we throw out, which is usually what we get rid of. So because a lot of the enzymes and a lot of the goodness is actually stored in the skin, in the peel, in the seeds, in the stem, we actually find that putting it inside the vegan capsule is so much more beneficial to your body, is because we're throwing a lot of that out, whereas with this, you're bridging that gap of what you may not be getting. So I didn't realize, but I actually found that when I started this, is that what we're buying on shelves at the moment through the supermarkets, we think we're doing pretty well by giving ourselves a nice fresh range of fruit and veg. But a lot of the produce out there in the supermarket is picked way too early, often 4 or 6 weeks, way too early. It's sat in storage sheds, it's gas ripened, it's sprayed with all sorts of chemicals to make it look nice and shiny on the shelves. And therefore it doesn't actually last quite long in our fridge. That's why we see it go up very quickly. So that's why we are not getting that level of high quality nutrition into our bodies, because it's just made for quality, not quantity. So we're actually not really fueling ourselves with what we really should be on a daily basis. So these make total sense. They have over 35 peer-reviewed medical journal, clinical-based studies. So it is whole food TGA approved. And what I love is that if you have children, children actually get free products, which is insane, because I know a lot of parents that would put their children first. So it's actually really cool that you can put your children first and they can actually jump on the products for free. It's pretty hard to get fruits and veggies into your kids, and they are very fussy. So I love that you can be adding 17 whole varieties of fruits and veggies into their body daily without even trying. So that's what they look like here. They come in a nice chewable form, so they're gummy. They're just mixed with a little bit of tapioca starch and a bit of the pectin, fruit pectin, to make it palatable for the children. Nothing else added, the exact same form as the capsules, but they just in gummy form, which is really awesome. And we do have our omegas. Now, our plant-based omegas is something that we do need because our body does not produce it. It is amazing for eye health, brain health, depression, all of those things for your moods, as well as your skin, hair, and nails. So omegas is something that we need. It's a beautiful blend of all different omegas from 3, 6, 7, 9. So there's all different omegas in there, and it's completely 100% vegan, plant-based, which I absolutely love, because you're not getting any of those mercury levels or any of that fishy taste that comes from fish. We skip the fish and go straight to the source, which is exactly what the fish feed off, which is the algae in the ocean. So I love that that's completely 100% plant-based, pretty much organic, non-GMO. And last but not least is our plant-based whole food powders. So these are a protein powder. This has got your essential carbs, proteins, and fats. So if you're a breakfast skipper, if you're someone that reaches for the coffee at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and you feel yourself crashing, these are an awesome go-to. They've got almost about 17 different superfood plant-based superfoods in here, which is amazing. If I look on the back, there's things like pea protein, broccoli, sprouts, alfalfa sprouts, quinoa, millet, all those things that provide such a high quality, high vibration for our body that we may not be getting on a daily basis. And it comes in chocolate and vanilla. So the kids, awesome, because they think they're having a chocolate or vanilla milkshake. They're actually getting 17 whole fruits and veggies into their body, which is really awesome. So they are literally our products, 3 products. We're not a catalog company. It's everything that our body needs and really thrives off. And when you're ticking all of those boxes, vibrationally, spiritually, emotionally, energetically, as well as physically, you begin to thrive. And like attracts like, so you're going to begin to crave a healthier lifestyle through fueling all of those levels of mind, body, and soul. You begin to attract a better life to yourself. Your standards really raise. So we are really seeing next level living through just filling your cup up. So what I'm going to do, we're going to hear some stories tonight of some people that have been on our products. I'm actually going to pass it over to Stacey, and Stacey has a really, really cool story that she's going to share with us. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Ash. The juice products.
Sorry, Stace, it's not letting me pin you. There you go.
Have you got me?
Yeah, we gotcha.
Okay, cool. I first came across Juice Plus about 2 years ago. I started the products before I was put on medication. So the benefits I got from the products were amazing, that I actually started my family. I've been taking the product now for 2 years. My little boy, Riley, who's 7, has had the most benefits come from taking these products. Before Juice Plus, Riley was a constantly sick little boy, bad allergies, bad asthma. When he was not unwell, he was still unwell, constant runny noses, just generally unhappy, and just no purpose to thrive or to do anything with friends or anything like that. I started the chews with Riley at first, which he took him a little while to get used to. Last April was probably the last time Riley had a massive allergy flare-up where his face was like a pufferfish. It was quite bad, and I just knew that I really needed to get these products into him quickly, because I knew that it would benefit him a lot. So I started giving him the capsules as well. He loves the chews because they look like lollies, but I really wanted to really give his body a good dose of some good stuff. So I started adding the capsules to his foods. And then within the year, Riley's taste buds changed. So his taste buds he would really only eat bananas, white bread, and yogurt. They were his staples. But now Riley's taste buds crave lots more veggies, prawns. He loves sushi. Doesn't really eat a lot of bananas and bread and yogurt anymore, but will eat raw carrots. He'll eat a whole cucumber to himself, and all that good stuff. So for me, not only did I get the benefits from the products, my kids, and especially Riley, have had the benefits as well. And that's just, I'm truly blessed for that, because yeah, as a mum, you know that your kids' health is really important. And I was really grateful that it came across this.
Oh, that's awesome, darling. Awesome. Okay, well, we're going to shoot on over to our lovely next speaker who's going to share her story. That's Desi. All yours, all.
Yes.
Hello. Okay, so my product story is a little bit different in that there wasn't really anything wrong with me other than I was just flat. I had no zing at all. I'd lost my zing, and we all know how important the zing is. So I started the products, and within 2 or 3 days I was feeling pretty amazing, and I started cooking and cleaning and washing and folding and putting away all on the same day, and everybody in the house was stunned that was going on. I started actually enjoying going to the gym, and I wasn't heading to Macca's afterwards to refuel on sugary crap because I was feeling really good. At the time, we had 2 little foster girls, and they were quite dark-skinned, and one of them had really bad eczema all on her joints, and it was quite obvious that she had eczema. So we tried eliminating dairy and wheat and sugar and all that stuff, and it made zero difference. So we was like, whatever. Then we introduced the Juice Plus Chews, and within 6 weeks, the eczema had completely disappeared, 100% gone. And if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, there's no way I would have believed that if anyone had told me. Just completely gone. And I knew it was the Juice Plus Chews because when she started doing sleepovers on the weekend with her mum, she'd come back and she'd be itchy. So she was needing whatever was in the capsules in the chews was working for her. I also give the vegetable capsules to my dogs. I sprinkle them on their food because it's just vegetables. And the dog food that you get from Coles and that, I think it's not what it used to be. And yeah, so they get that little bit of extra vegetable nutrient as well. But I also wanted to talk a little bit about our biz structure. I also joined the business because I love the product so much. It was absolutely amazing. And I just couldn't believe how well they suited me. And I wanted to talk about the biz structure because I was really skeptical when the business side of things was introduced to me, because I'm like, well, how could that possibly work? And it was explained to me, and I will explain it to you. In traditional business, you have basically your CEO. Well, for me, it was the Minister of Education Queensland, because I'm a teacher. And then as you go down the tiers, you have all the different levels of minions. So let's say we've got the cleaners, the school cleaners, teacher aides, teachers. Do mind my handwriting because I am an actual teacher, and that's how we all write on the board these days. Then we've got the principal, Princey, and principal. See how it says pal on the end? Not true. Anyway, I digress. Then we've got admin, and then we've got more layers of people, and then we've got the king of the universe up here telling all the teachers what to do. Now, for me to progress in this business of education, I needed to interview against my friends and prove that I was better than them to get to be a principal, which I got to be. And it was not less work for more money, it was more work for a little bit more money. I was working about 80 hours a week. It was just ridiculous. So anyway, that's what that looks like. And our business, when I describe it to you, you're going to see how it's very, very different to that. I call it the swimming pool effect. Oh, I better put the clouds up the top. We like that. Okay, so in our business, everybody starts here, right there. Every single person. Richard Branson, Katrina Stark, me, everybody. Everybody down here, and we call it a VF, a virtual franchisee. And we start growing. We start growing, we start growing, we start growing. And some of us shoot to the top. Some of us get to here and go, you know what, I'm over it, I'm out. And we all go, bye, don't forget us. And these people up here, they go, hang on a second, I love you. Let me help you. Let me help you. I can help you. And this person here might go, you know what, I can help you over here. Oh, and I can help you too. It's all about, well, that's my alarm. I don't know how to stop it. Sorry. It's all, our business is all about helping everybody. So, that looks like one of my crochet patterns. Anyway, it's all about helping people get from where they are to where they want to be. And if you are happy sitting in the middle, cruising along, putting a few hours of work in a week, earning some extra money to pay the bills or your holiday fund, that's great. If you want to quit your day job and go to the top, we will help you do that. That's what we're here for. And everybody in the business, they say link arms, I say hold hands, they really connect, and they really want you to develop as a person so that you can be your best self, pretty much. So yeah, that's why I joined the business, and I am loving every second of it. Thanks, Kat.
Awesome. Thank you, love. At least it wasn't the frogs, okay? I'll give you that. Desi
The
has
horses are what?
the frogs.
Oh, the frogs.
Desi has this ringtone of frogs and it kills me. All right, awesome. So I love that. I came from traditional business, so I knew and I understood that when positions got smaller and the spaces got tighter, it was a really chaotic and toxic place. So coming into the swimming pool, like Desi so eloquently put it, meant that I could reach the top and so could the person next to me. It was brilliant, and ever since then I've really just loved it. But I think my favorite part of this, which was my biggest concern coming into this business, is how quickly and how easily you can build and link arms with people. Now, I used to own a traditional dance studio, and in that dance studio, it was just me. I could only run as much as just I could. But in this business, like Desi said, we hold hands with as many people as possible, and that's what creates our power. So I know coming into this business, I linked hands with a beautiful mama called Miranda, and I also linked hands with a lovely lady called Jo. Now, Jo I'd never met before. We just struck up a conversation online through the systems that were taught to me. And she said how much she really wanted out of her job and to be able to travel Australia with her hubby. Her job didn't allow her to do that, and she had no freedom. Miranda was a stay-at-home mum, and she really just wanted some extra money so that she could have baby number 3. At the stage, it wasn't on the cards because they were already struggling. So both mums had a need for some kind of extra income. What was really cool is that they did a business launch and it showed people what they were doing, and they instantly expanded their team because so many people want some extra cash, especially if it means by helping people. And then what happens is these guys did the same thing. And as you can see, this pretty much happened within my first month. I had a team and I only knew 2 people, but we had a team of bordering on 20. Then over, so it's been 3 years now since I've been doing it, I met beautiful people like Desi, like Ash, who's gone out and met Ash, who's met Nora, and Jo, who's met Selena and Kayla. And this is basically what has happened. People talk to people, and especially because our program is so holistic and so natural, it really does just mean that the connection and the popcorn effect is next level. Once it starts, we really can't stop. And that's how we created such a big business in 3 years' time. We now have over 700 wellness coaches working with the Soul Project, and that number grows every single month, which I'm so, so, so proud about. So I'm going to shoot on over to one of our beautiful health coaches, which is Josie, and she's going to talk to us about what she's noticed since she started the business.
Awesome. Thanks, Kat. Yeah, so before this opportunity came into my life, I was lost within my own life. I didn't know who I was as a person because I'd never really given myself a chance to learn who I was. So I entered independence really young. I started working at the age of 14 and 9 months, like every young person sort of does. And I was constantly living life thinking about money. So my independence come at around 16, 17 when I moved out of home. And I found myself in massive amounts of debt, and I was drowning. So that was the lowest point in my life to date. I was struggling really bad in debt. And the only way out was to work 40, sometimes 70 hours a week. At the one stage, I had 3 jobs just to keep on top of my silly decisions. So I didn't have a social life because I didn't have time to have one. And I felt pretty crappy about myself in all areas. So I felt like a bit of a failure, and all I really did was work, paycheck to paycheck. And I never really saw anything at the end of it. So it didn't really seem worth it to me. Something I want more than anything in life is to travel the world. And I knew if I was constantly doing the same thing, that was never going to happen. So I used to work in a factory, which drove me mental. And I thought maybe if I find a different job in a different career, and, you know, I step up and I learn a bit more and I step up responsibility, then I'm going to feel a bit happier and more successful in life, which wasn't the case. I upped a little bit of pay, and I definitely upped responsibility, and it took a worse toll on my financial situation and my mental health, if anything. than before. So when this came into my life, it showed me what was possible. It's now showed me that I don't have to do 9 to 5 work. I don't have to work those 40 to 60 hours a week to pay off that debt. I can travel while I pay it off. And it's actually helped me minimize that debt. So I'm not necessarily drowning anymore. I'm sailing on through life, and I get to spoil myself at the end of the week. I've got money overlapping into my next week's pay, which is amazing. I've never had that. I've now got savings, which is just like the best feeling in the world. Like coming into Christmas, for example, I get to actually spoil my family, and I get to splurge. Like I get to, buy really nice gifts for them, which hasn't actually been, sorry, I wasn't actually going to get emotional. For some reason I am. But it's never been possible. So I actually get to, and because he's not on here, I can tell you, but I get to spoil my partner with a AAA, which is just unreal. So like the things that are possible because of this now in my life just makes it so much more special. And I can't picture another way of work. Like once I can finally say goodbye to 9 to 5 and do this full time, I can't wait for that day to come, because it's going to be truly amazing. I get to finally live my dream and travel the world and, do all those things that I love. So get out of debt is my number one goal. And live life. So this opportunity has allowed me to do that, which is really cool. So enough of me. I'll shoot over to the beautiful Ash, and we can hear her story.
Thanks so much, Jose. Oh my gosh, I love your story. You're amazing. And thanks everyone for joining us. I'm a mum to 6 beautiful children. A lot different to Jose's story, but in this business there's so many different stories, so many different lives, so it's really amazing. But I was just a stay-at-home mum. I was just sick of being broke, and barely getting by. I haven't worked in 13 plus years actually. I've got no qualifications or certificates or anything like that, being I've been a stay-at-home mum since I was 19. So, I kind of lost that confidence to work after being out of action for so long. I was kind of miserable in my life because I felt I was destined for, greater things. But, don't get me wrong, my 6 kiddies are definitely my greatest gift. I just felt like I couldn't give them what they needed. I just wanted to give them more. When this opportunity fell into my lap, I'm not going to lie, I was offended. But that's just because I was literally disconnected from the world, and I didn't know too much about the world because I've been just doing me and my kids since I was a teenager. So, I sat on the fence. I also watched my my good friend Ash's journey, and living her best life. That kind of made me get out of all my excuses. What do I have to lose? I'm a mum of 6. We're barely getting by. So I jumped right in, and I'm really blessed and thankful that I just said yes and jumped on board. I worked this in stolen moments around in and around my crazy 6 kids. I found this an easy way to ease back into the workforce at my own pace, being I've been out of action for so long. I love that I'm able to work on my dreams while still putting my family first. I'm not miserable in my life because I'm a part of something epic. We're really changing lives, and that's what I'm all about. I want to change my life, and I'd love to help others change theirs. But because of me, there's families out there, there's more families out there living happier, healthier, just more abundant lives, and I'm really thankful for that. I feel so blessed to say yes to my kids more. I've only been doing this for 7 months now, and I've already smashed through 4 promotions, you know, in and around my already crazy life. So I'm really blessed that this came into my life. The amazing friends I've met along the way, who I now call family, always got my back no matter what. And I'm just absolutely loving my journey. But my only regret was definitely sitting on the fence for so long. So I definitely encourage you to get your questions answered. You know, this could be just what you were looking for, like it was for me. But I'm going to hand you back to Kat, and she's going to talk a bit about how we get paid and stuff like that, all the goodness.
Oh, you're so cute. I love this. I love it. And I love that we have so much diversity. I think that's what makes it so special. You know, when Desi talked about the fact that you could be Richard Branson or anybody, like, this is what we've got. There's so many different people making an impact, but changing their families as well, which is really cool. So I get to talk finally about the fun money to wrap it up. Now, I didn't understand where income came from in this kind of industry. I assumed that it was a little bit just of a hobby, but what I got was so much more than that. I initially started as, cool, if I can earn $300 to $400 a month to put aside to bills, I won't be in the red every week. What I got was a 6-figure income with freedom coming out my behind, because once you have a movement of independent leaders who all they want to do is go out and help because they're moving forward through their own inspiration, you don't have to work as hard. You know, lots of hands make light work. That's what they say. And the beautiful thing is that that's what we've got. We've created a powerful tribe of people who are linking arms with more powerful people. And slowly but surely, we're creating an amazing movement of people, you know, creating their best life. So we have 3 ways we get paid, which I love. No more boring one wage. And this money comes from 30 years of direct selling. So Juice Plus as a product, which we use to make our mainstream of income, doesn't actually stock anywhere. You have to be able to get it from someone who already takes it. And now the beauty of that, I misunderstood a lot about at the start, but the beauty of that means that they save millions and millions and millions of dollars each year on things like marketing, advertising, TV ads, celebrity endorsing, you know, sneaky stock shelf fees, all that kind of stuff that normal brands are paying out of the profit. Juice Plus doesn't do that because they know that the results are going to speak to themselves. And what they do is they pay the customers who are using it to showcase their results. It's really direct, clean, honest marketing. And I love it. It creates a lot of room for us to move and to, like Ashley said, pay off a lot of bills. So retail profit basically just means we connect somebody new to the product. Okay, so if we do that and they buy it and they love it, we get a retail profit for doing so. We don't have to hold copious amounts of product in our house. The only product that we ever touch is our own. The only program that we ever do is our own. And yet, if we can connect somebody new, Juice Plus ships and takes payment and does everything for us. Performance bonus. Now, before, when I showed you the popcorn effect of lots of different circles, Juice Plus out of this money actually pays you a wage or a managing fee to help your team grow. So just like Desi explained, there's leaders lending down and helping people raise up because it helps the greater good of the team. Then we get our bonuses, which is cool. It's now and fun money. This money grows and is residual. It is the absolute beauty that I can say I spent, 3 weeks on holidays this month and I'm still going to get an epic paycheck. That's the residual income because I've worked hard for 3 years and I've raised up enough leaders now who are on their own mission that I get a residual income for the rest of my life, which is pretty epic at 30. Okay, the bonuses that come in, DVF is our first position that we generally hit in the Soul Project promotion when Ashley was talking about her promotions. And that's $100. Doesn't seem like heaps, but it's enough to help out and to make you feel like, hell yeah, this is real. Then we move on to SDVF, which is generally within your first 30 days. And it's a $400 bonus. And $400 every single time you help someone achieve that position. So what's really cool is you hit it, you make the $400. Then you go and you help other people do it. And as they hit the $400, you make $400 as well. Then we have SC, which is a $600 position and a $600 bonus every time you teach somebody. SSC, which is Senior Sales Coordinator, it's a $1,200 bonus and $1,200 for the teacher. QNMD is a $1,500 bonus And again, $1,500 every single time you teach someone. Now, these are also exponential. So you can make as many of these as you want each single month. Then we have NMD, which is the top position, and it's a $3,000 bonus. And what's really epic at there, even though that $3,000 sounds brilliant, you're making residually, so coming into your bank every month, whether you work or not, a six-figure income each year. So around about that $8,000 to $10,000 is landing in your bank account, which is really freaking awesome. Okay, I worked normal work for 7 years, and then I tried to run my business for another 7 years. At no stage did I ever hit six figures. I worked 14 months. 14 months. That's like a sneeze. And I went from here earning $400 a week. I was earning at that stage out of profit from running a business. And I was earning over $9,000 a month as an NMD. So it really goes to show, not only was the income great, but the people that I worked with were great. I was helping people by achieving it. And I've seen so many of these girls work their way through this too, which really does excite me. It's absolutely possible for everybody. And it's not the money that is the cool part. It's the choices and it's the freedom to live your life how you want that really does create the best impact. So if you've got any questions, get them answered. Come on board as either a customer in our program and see what we're about, or come and talk to somebody about linking arms and creating some extra choices for you in your life. I'm not going to lie, there's so many people out there that don't understand online work just yet, and that's okay, because they probably haven't seen an event like this and actually had those myths and everything breaking down. But the biggest thing about us is that we're transparent. Come and talk to us, come and learn more about what it is. We're going to be so upfront with you so that you can find your best way to grab this and run with it and start to create something cool in your life. Thank you so much for your time tonight, guys. Beautiful sharers. Thank you so much for your effort, and thanks for everybody that jumped on. Talk to you soon.